The variational principle it's used a lot in solid-state physics, and we're going to see here which is the relation between the variational principle and looking for the eigenstates of the Hamiltonian. So if we have any wave function, we can calculate the average of the Hamiltonian in this way, and we're going to call this the energy associated to that wave function. So we're going to prove that looking for states where the energy is stationary, which basically means that the change in the energy when you make small variations on the wave function is going to be equal to 0. That means the energy is going to be stationary. So looking for states where the energy is stationary is equivalent to find the eigenstates of the Hamiltonian, and the energy is going to be, the eigenvalues are going to be this energy. So in order to prove that, we are going to have an expression for this, the change on the energy. So basically we're going to have an expression for the change on the energy when we have that, we make a small variation on the wave function. So this small variation can be any small variation in the wave function. So at the end what we are going to make is a kind of functional derivative. So this is the energy for the wave function psi k delta chi, and this is the energy for the wave function psi. Just making the difference, we are getting the change on the energy. And as we are considering that the variations are small, we're just going to keep the linear terms on delta psi. And for that, in order to have this expression that's very easy to see how to get, and it's important to check this to be able to obtain that, we can make a Taylor expansion in terms of delta psi. So once we have that and we rearrange these terms, we can have that this term here, this expression here, can be rearranged in this way. And in order to delta energy to be 0, in order to have to be 0, so that we are looking for stationary states. So basically we're looking for saddle points or the minima. We have that what has as the small variation on the wave function can be any function. We have that the only thing to make it 0, to make delta E equal 0, is this to be 0. Or put in another way, that's equivalent to find the eigenstates of the Hamiltonian. And the eigenvalues, as I've said at the beginning, are the energy associated to this wave function. Of course, here the wave function we have at the beginning, psi wave function is unconstrained, can be any form. But when we are applying for real system, when we are applying the wave function variational principle, we are using from the beginning a particular form of a wave function. So that when you are constraining the wave function to have such particular form, you will need to be able to get the accurate expression for the Hamiltonian eigenstates. But applying the variational principle, you can get as closer as you can to the accurate expression considering the particular form of the wave functions you have considered at the beginning. So that this variational principle, of course, I've said at the beginning, it's very powerful. You can make a non-perturbative approach to the system, and of course, it's used a lot in solid-state physics.